My name is Dane, and this is my psychotherapy video project. My client's name is Glenda. She has become painfully aware that she has perfected the art of manipulating men with her physical appearance. She says all her contacts with people are superficial, and she accepts in herself that she has not pursued any depth because she has apparently gotten what she wanted with such little effort. But now she comes to terms with her own vacancy and superficiality. She accepts in herself that she has not pursued any depth because she has apparently gotten what she wanted without having to try. She asks questions such as, am I tired enough of being plastic that I will find out whether I'm real or not? She uh, she also asks, since my style has worked so well in the past, will I really change now? What if I pursue depth in a relationship only to find emptiness? Can I allow myself to hurt, or will I retreat into old ways to repress my pain? And what if all I am is a pretty exterior? The therapy I've chosen for this is REBT, Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, which is one of the first cognitive behavior therapies developed by Albert Ellis. One of the basic assumptions of REBT is that people contribute to their own psychological problems. REBT differs from many other therapeutic approaches. It is based on the premise that we learn irrational beliefs from significant others during our childhood. It also states that we actively reinforce our self-defeating beliefs through autosuggestion and self-repetition. ABC framework is central to our ABT, is a useful tool for therapists to understand the client's feelings. A represents activating event, B for belief, C for emotional and behavioral consequences. And there is a DEF framework, which is disputing, intervention, effect, and new feelings. The therapeutic technique style will be just displaying in the therapy session is cognitive reconstructuring. This teaches people how to improve themselves by replacing irrational beliefs with rational ones. And I believe that Glenda has a lot of irrational thoughts, which leads to her belief as in she doesn't have substance as a person or substance in her personality that other people can't see. So they she's led to believe that she's just a shallow shell. Another technique that I'll be using is cognitive homework. At the end of the session, I will be assigning her a task to go out and find a situation where she is approached by a male and to have a meaningful conversation and to use all the positives that we gain in this session and display them, and then to come back next session and tell me how it all played out and if she feels any different from the changes that she's made. Rational emotive imaginary, clients are asked to vividly imagine one of the worst things that might happen to them. In this case, for her, it would be an encounter with a male or a friend that ends negatively, and she has self-doubt. So, with enough practice, um, we can get to no longer feel upset or from these negative events. I chose REBT because Glenna has this belief that she is plastic or empty on the inside, which can be drawn from her irrational ways of thinking. She shows signs of histrionic personality disorder, a disorder which is an uncomfortable or feeling unappreciated when they are not the center of attention. Behaviors may include constant seeking of approval or attention, self-dramatization, and sexual seductiveness, including social, occupational, and professional relationships. It should help Glenda replace ineffective ways of thinking with effective ones to help her identify and dispute irrational beliefs. Now, I believe also that I can help her find solutions to her problems by flipping her irrational thoughts with positive ones and helping her figure out what can she do different to get a different outcome. Well, good afternoon, Glenda. My name is Dane. I'll be your therapist for today.
Good afternoon.
Well, let's get started. So what brought you here today, Glenda?
Well, I've come to a point in my life that I have accepted the fact that I'm superficial. And I would manipulate men. I've always used my looks to get everything that I've wanted with little effort. Um, it just left me kind of feeling empty inside. Um, and the men in my life, they only see me for one thing. And I've been asking myself more and more every single day, am I tired enough of being plastic that I would risk finding out whether or not I'm real? And since my style has always, worked so well in the past, will I really change? And I just have this fear, like, what if I do try to pursue some type of depth in a relationship and find out that there's nothing but emptiness? And like, what if I'm just a pretty exterior? Like, can I really change?
I see. Well, okay. Well, let me first tell you what my practice is. It is REBT, Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, where clients such as yourself have an abundance of irrational thoughts or beliefs stemming from past events. And what we do here is we try to turn those irrational beliefs into positive, rational beliefs. All right, so let's see. So what type of situations do you get these thoughts in? Like what leads to them?
Well, what my typical Friday night would consist of is me going to, a fancy bar or, a restaurant or whatever, and I, start talking to a guy and I let them buy me drinks and, we start having conversations and I find out what he does and, how much money he makes or something like that. And usually with buying drinks that one thing leads to another and I'm usually going home.
I see. And what makes you believe that they would see you as plastic?
Well, we don't really talk about anything of substantial, conversation or, I guess they see the way I dress or I don't know, we automatically go into topics of sex and we just end the night like that.
Okay. Well, we'll start from the beginning. Now, is there anything in that situation that you think you could change to have them see you differently?
Well, I guess, maybe not dressing the way I dress or,
Okay.
not going home with them or something.
Yeah, well, we could start off by maybe just denying them the drink and you buy your own to show that you have some self-worth.
Yeah.
And then next, for the conversation, like you said, you can talk about something other than what you previously stated, something of substance.
That would definitely work.
What else could you talk about?
I guess current events.
Okay.
And maybe not ask them what they do for a living, maybe talk about goals, aspirations in life. I can maybe talk about myself and not only directly towards them so they can get to know me as a person.
Okay. And do you think that if they saw you in a different way like that, that night would end much differently?
I think it would. I think they wouldn't see me as just a sexual object. They would actually see me as a human being.
As a person?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that would work. So, like change different circumstances, leads to a different outcome.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and assign you a task, seeing as today is Friday. Sorry, you'll be going out. I say, you can go out, meet somebody, get into that type of situation, and use what we've just talked about. And then see how the night turns out, positive or negative, and then you can come back to me next session to let me know how it all went off.
Okay,
That sounds good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I could definitely do that.
Well, it sounds good. It was good to meet you,
Nice
Glenda.
meeting you too.
See you next session.
Thank you.